Is artificial intelligence and working in home offices making us more incompetent in our interpersonal communication? Hello and welcome to Communication Psychology. My name is Gerhard. I'm a psychologist from Hamburg, Germany, specialized in international, intercultural and multilanguage communication. What are the effects of increasingly relying on artificial intelligence, of communicating with machines, of working in home offices on our interpersonal communication? Some comments ahead. First, I don't fall into the category of those that are technology skeptic, or I'm not necessarily a grumpy middle-aged man fighting progress. Maybe in some areas like music and literature, I may be. But in this area of technology and work, not. And yes, there certainly are lots of advantages of technology for our work environments. But today we are going to focus on some potential pitfalls or risks. Also, I am transforming this podcast video format into a more evidence science-based one. That is, from this episode on, I will provide a reading list of always 3 to 5 scientific studies, articles, references, so that you can go deeper into all the topics we address here. At this moment, I still prefer to speak freely. I don't want to have a script. I don't want to read from a teleprompter, and I don't want to go through those studies step by step. I may be in the future, but for the moment, let's suffice that you have reading lists, and I will quote. I have some notes. I have a look, but I try to speak freely here. Now, what is the general theme here? So if we want to be good communicators, we need to be flexible and interacting with diverse people. And the more multilateral interests and experiences we have, the easier it is for us making connections with somebody else. So when meeting somebody else, ideally, we reveal enough about ourselves in a casual conversation, in a small talk, during a coffee break at the conference, that we give the other person opportunities to make connections with others. So some of us, they are quite conscious about revealing too much. We are maybe a bit on the social phobia side. So we are anxious of opening up. The advantage when revealing even insignificant details about yourself is that some of those aspects, like hobbies, interests, family situation, may trigger a response in the other person, may build a bridge. We don't know the other person yet, so it's wise to share as many diverse aspects of yourself as you can without overburdening the other person, of course. So that maybe some may click with the other person and say, oh, that's like me, or I too am interested in this. Now, to be able to do this, we need to constantly expand our idea repertoire. And what the risk is in general with the internet is that if you consume most of your new ideas via podcasts, videos on platforms like YouTube, or read news on news sites, or in your Facebook feeds and so on, the risk is that those algorithms figure out what you like, and then you are fed more information of that which you already like. Meaning you are increasingly living in an informational bubble where you are not confronted with information that you find strange or that you dislike. That is, you are increasingly isolating yourself from divergent ideas and opinions. So you get maybe even more information than before, but you get more information in a certain direction. But what we want for being accessible to other human beings that are by nature diverse from us is that we have a wider range of ideas and opinions. And this is typically not what happens if we are a casual, a normal internet consumer. The same effect happened also in work offices, so in home offices. There's a Microsoft study from 2021 showing that remote work caused collaboration networks within the company to become more static and siloed. Let me quote. Remote work caused the collaboration network to become more fragmented with fewer ties between different parts of the organization. So that is, working remotely makes people focus on communicating with people from their own department than they otherwise would if they were in an office building. And new ideas in an organization, they often come from casual contact with people outside of your own department. And in an offline setting, this casual contact was ensured by meeting people in the hallway during a coffee break. There's a more than 50-year-old theory by Mark Granovetter, based on his article in 1973, The Strength of Weak Ties. That is, he says that casual and low intensity relationships, like chats with colleagues in the hallway, they have a crucial significance for getting new ideas and perspectives. Now, if you're virtually, all this is reduced. Now, what can you do? Knowing this, you can build in systems to counter that. If you are working individually or you are thinking just about yourself, and then you can make it a habit in putting into your prompts sentences like for ChatGPT that please, this is my opinion, please give me 20 counter arguments against my position, or this is what I believe, show me 10 theories that say something that I probably don't know. Or if it's in politics, let's say, well, I like President X, give me 10 arguments why I shouldn't like him, and give me 10 arguments why I should like his opponent. So, of course, virtual reality could be used, and artificial intelligence to make experiences and get information that we otherwise would never have gotten. So we could meet people we would have never have contact with that are very diverse from us, but that's not what we typically do with it. So this would be individually my encouragement to use ChatGPT to find your blind spots, what is it that I am missing here. Good. If we are working in an organizational environment, then one idea that is implemented by companies is that you do cross-functional meetings, so you force people to interact with people from other departments through different activities, because on their own they wouldn't do that. So, what's your experience with working more online? Have you observed this? Recently, I heard a comment in a company that they observed this, like after returning from this COVID lockdowns and home office period, that the atmosphere in the company has changed. So people are more closed. So in the past they weren't. They were communicating more between different departments, but enter in different departments and have a chat. Now this is less. So this may be an explanation why this happened. So looking forward for your comments, and I hope you like a new format going into a more scientific, evidence-based direction. If you want to book me for a free short presentation on communication psychology virtually, if you're not in Southeastern Europe in your company, please contact me. Bye-bye.